completely spoil you in dating and in marriage. Welcome to today's live stream. My husband is not here right now. He's going to be joining us very soon. We just moved and we had one of our contractors come just now, and they're doing a bunch of stuff in the house. So that's where he is right now. But let me know once you guys can hear me and we will get started. Today's going to be so good. I'm going to talk to you ladies about two things that make the biggest difference when it comes to becoming that girl that gets spoiled. Hey, me Adora support, what is up? Let me know if you girls can hear me okay so we can get started. Sound is good? Amazing. I feel like I haven't done a live stream in so long. In a really, really long time, and especially by myself. So this is fun. I love it. Hello, ladies. Okay, so Coach B and I, we have put out so much content on being spoiled. So I wanted to go a little bit deeper on this live stream where it's not the basic stuff that you hear on, on YouTube, where it is, thanks, ladies. Hello, what's up, Dina and Yolanda? Not the basic stuff of, be super appreciative, be grateful, be sweet, be kind. Yes, all those things will help you get spoiled. But I want to go a little bit deeper. I like talking about like the energetics and the patterns and breaking patterns and shifting patterns. And it doesn't matter if you're single or if you are divorced, recently divorced, going through divorce, or you're married and you just want to spice things up again. You want to be that girl that's spoiled. And it doesn't matter if it's from your husband or just in life. Like, you are just the type of girl that gets spoiled, that gets privilege, favor everywhere you go. How many of you girls want to be like that? Right? Yes, I know. For my ladies that are single moms, like I was for so long, that was something I craved. Oh, I miss your lives. Thank you, babe. Thank you. We have been so busy, side note. We've been so busy just moving, moving. And when you're in a new place, and I mean, it's all really great stuff. Like every single day feels like Christmas for me right now. Like every single day we have furniture being delivered, stuff for the house, stuff for the patio, stuff for outside, stuff for inside. And I get to redecorate and all this stuff. It's so much fun. But I was in that place for so long as a single mom where I was not like that. Like I had given up so much to live the life that I live now. And this is why I'm so passionate about helping women that are going through that transition phase in their life where you're just like tired of being burnt out. You're tired of old patterns, self-sabotage. You're just tired, right? And you want to look good. You want to feel good. You want to live in a home that's beautiful. You want to have a beautiful relationship. You want to have a beautiful marriage where you're spoiled. And you don't want to have to work so hard that your hormones are burning out, right? So also, I'm seeing the questions come in already. I love this. So see, tired for sure. Drop your girls' questions. I'm going to answer your questions in a minute. But first, I want to give you some tips that are going to help you so much. Now, first of all, let's just clarify, because somebody asked a really good question about how does appearance come into play when it comes to a provider man. This is where I want to start with, actually. Okay. So just so you girls know, for like the new people that maybe don't know me, 2019, long story short, I won't get into it, became a single mom, widowed mom, 4 kids. I looked horrible, like physically looked horrible, emotionally, mentally, all that stuff. I looked horrible. But the one thing I did that was so smart, and I'm literally reaping the rewards of that right now, and the girls that are in the Feminine Energy Academy, they reap the rewards of this too, is I decided back then, I'm like, I refuse to be, if you hear people coming and going, that's what that is. I refuse to be that mom that looks like life has kicked the crap out of her. You girls all know this. You might be her. I looked like her. The single moms that look like they look horrible. Like they look like life has beat them down to a pulp. You can see it in their face, but most importantly, you can see it in their energy. You can feel it in their energy. They look so worn down. And I just remember seeing so many single moms like that. And my mom was a single mom. I come from 4 generations of single parents, okay, of single moms. And back then I'm like, I refuse this story. I have to break this pattern. So that was one of the smartest things I did is I started off with taking care of myself, changing how I looked, changing how I felt, most importantly. That's like 80-90% of it. And you get what you attract who you are. So first, before I go too much into that, let's talk about what does that spoiling energy even mean? Because there's different types of provider men. Coach B and I were just talking about this, and he was like, we need to really show the girls what the difference is between provider men, because there are provider men out there that will pay all of your bills, that will, be the financial provider. The mic's over there, honey. But they're doing their own thing. They are not taking care of you emotionally. They're not present. A lot of times, they're not even faithful. And I've seen that. So that's why when I was super intentional about calling in my husband now, who is the most amazing man I've ever met and the most amazing provider in every way possible, I was so intentional about what provider energy meant for me. So this is really, really important for you ladies, because sometimes women think, hey, baby.
Hey.
Is his mic working okay?
Yes. Well,
I don't know. It wasn't.
It doesn't look like it.
No, it doesn't. We might have to share a mic.
Okay, no problem.
Can you guys hear him?
Can you hear me loud and clear?
It's also a brand new mic. Anyway, so I was oh yes, they said yes. Okay.
Perfect.
I was so intentional about what provider energy meant for me, because I had seen guys, not in my situation, but I had seen other men with other women where, yeah, they're financially responsible. They're paying for everything. The wife is a stay-at-home mom, but they're out doing whatever the heck they want. And that was okay for them. There's also scenarios where there's provider men that, they're busy, they're working hard, they're faithful men, but they're not home, right? Because they're so busy. A lot of them are like in real estate or building businesses, they're traveling, they're coaching, they're consulting, they're traveling around and they're never home. And some women are okay with that. Like if that's the type of life you want, that's okay, right? There's absolutely no shame. But for me, what I wanted, what provider energy meant for me was not only being financially responsible, but being present at home. Because I know not only for me and for our marriage is important, but for the kids. And right now, there's okay, let's get into some statistics for a second. And then I know Coach B, you can jump on here. 2/3 of Black kids right now are being raised without a dad at home. Okay. And I'm going to extend that to minority kids. And that's a pattern, that's a cycle, right? That needs to be broken. And also, I was just telling Coach B this. I was watching this neuroscientist, and he, scans brains all day. And he was like, the number one thing that kids need more than anything for that healthy brain development is having the parents present. Like, and I know you guys know this, and you're like, Natasha, we're talking about this is about being spoiled. Yes, I'm getting to that. But for me, that's my definition of being spoiled, is dad is home, husband is home. He is emotionally present. He's physically present. He's spiritually present. He's financially present, because that is what's not only going to be amazing for us and for me, but for the kids. I don't know, honey, did you want to jump in?
No, and it's important. What's important to know is what being spoiled or spoiling looks like for the man, and what his examples are, who his mentors are, how he was raised. Because we were watching something earlier, I think you may have mentioned it, but we were watching something earlier, and the guy, I grew up listening to him, loving him.
Oh, Mace?
Yeah.
Mace.
What he was saying was just like where he's at with things.
Yep.
And him just holding your hand means that he loves you.
Yeah.
So there's nothing wrong with that, but you have to understand that's his definition of spoiling you, of doing extra for you. So if that's his definition and you're not okay with that, then he's not going to do anything different once he gets with you. I don't care how nice looking you are.
Yeah.
I don't care that you're so different.
Yeah.
if that's part of his definition for spoiling you, then spoiling you will be holding your hand. And
Yeah.
anything outside of that that you're expecting because okay, he has money, okay, he moves around, he
Yeah.
travels, that's not that's not what his definition is. So even before you have these expectations, understand who you're dealing with, understanding what their definition of what you desire is, their definition of providing, their definition
Mhm.
of spoiling, their
Mhm.
definitions, because that's what's going to play out in your relationship. And it's not going to be their fault. It's not going to be
Yeah.
the guy's fault
Yeah.
because he is who he is.
Yeah.
It's going to be you really making decision based on what's best, how you want your family spoiled, how you want to be spoiled, how you want to be
Mhm.
taken care of, how
Yeah.
you want to be appreciated, and what he's done in the past and what he says he's going to do.
Mhm.
You have to trust and believe that's what's going to happen. Otherwise, he's a nice looking guy.
Yeah.
He's a guy with money. He's a guy
Yeah.
who's successful,
Yeah.
but you don't get those things that you desire from him because that's not his definition.
Oh, so good. Okay,
Yes.
we have so many really good questions. And we
Yes.
are going to talk about the appearances in a second. But regardless, if you look like a perfect Barbie doll,
Yeah.
babe, here's the thing. You could look like a perfect Barbie doll. I could put you in front of a whole bunch of provider men that want to be married, want to provide for you. But if you haven't done that inner work, that energy
Yeah.
work of what it feels like to be spoiled, that worthiness to be spoiled, that worthiness to receive, you will self-sabotage.
Mm.
Which brings me to my first point. I don't know if it's my first point. It might be my second point. First point, I guess, was defining what being spoiled
Mm.
means. So my second point, second point is this. You get what's normal for you.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to write that down. Somebody write that in the comments there? You get
Mm.
what is normal for you. You, babe, get what's normal for you.
Mm.
So if it's normal for you, and this is subconscious,
Yeah.
babe, this is programmed in your nervous system, this is in your energy, this is all that, okay? If it's normal for you to be the one that's always giving
Yeah.
to the point where you're burnt out, to the point where you have hormone issues, to the point where you're exhausted, to the point where you're taking care of men and kids and, people at work, you're just taking care of everybody, family,
Mm-hmm.
right? You're that girl, you're the nice girl. You're taking care of everybody. If that's normal for you, babe, you're going to keep
Yes.
attracting that. The provider men aren't even going to see you.
Yeah.
They won't, like, energetically, they won't even see you because you're so busy taking care of everybody. And typically what happens with those types of women is, one, if they haven't done any inner healing, the
Mm-hmm.
wall is up
Mm.
towards provider men. Energetically, you have a wall up because you don't want to get hurt again. Okay? Go ahead, baby.
Yeah, I wanted to add something to it as well because one thing, to your point,
Yeah.
one thing that you have to know is information doesn't change your reality. So because you
Yeah.
have new information, because okay, this is the way I want to be treated, this is the way now I feel like things should be different.
Yeah.
Until you embody
Yeah.
that new way of thinking, that new reality, until
Mhm.
that's normal. And we talk a lot about that in the Feminine Energy
Yes.
Academy,
Yes.
where you're embodying the person that you are, you're embodying
Mhm.
all this new
Mhm.
information. And it's not just information that sounds good, but
Yeah.
it's who you're becoming. Until that happens, you'll get the same result because
Mhm.
it's what you're subconsciously used to getting
Yes.
is what you're going to attract to yourself. So
Yeah.
the information is the first step. Just understanding, like, okay, this is what I need to do.
Mhm.
Now it's about embodying it. It's getting around the right type of people. And that's why even the community in the Feminine Energy Academy, it's kind of like you get to practice, you get to be
Yeah.
who you are, you get to share with so
Yeah.
many different women that are learning and that are
Mhm.
adjusting and that are embodying new ways of doing things.
Yeah.
But once you embody it and it becomes normal, then you start seeing those results. It's not something that you even have to say.
Mhm.
People start seeing you different. People
Mhm.
start complimenting you,
Yep.
and it just becomes who you are. So information is the first step, but we have to go beyond that.
Yeah, and the ladies, and this is not just for me, this is for the ladies in my programs, where they will come in, the burnt out single mom,
Yeah.
typical scenario, right? Or some of them aren't moms, some of them have never been married, some of them been divorced. Some of them are married. And once we shift their energy where it's normal to get spoiled, like there's no guilt or weird feelings around that. And you just know that you're worthy to get special treatment. And it could be something simple like this is how I retrain myself, having the door open for you instead of rushing and opening the door, opening cans for you, having other people pay things for you. When that becomes normal for you, you're going to get more of that. Right. So that's how there's a lot deeper stuff there, especially if you have wounds around, you have created your entire identity and value around what you provide for other people. Your nervous system might fight you on relaxing out of that. But those are the things that once the ladies start relaxing and healing the nervous system and feminine energy around receiving, then they're going out, they're getting spoiled at work. They're getting spoiled by men that they're dating or their husbands. They're getting spoiled from like just random people because that's the energy that they are embodied in.
Yeah. And I just love even the approach because it brings it back to self and about the adjustments we can make individually because it goes beyond just, okay, now I have a man who's spoiling me. No, this is how you live your life now, where you walk around expecting things to work out for you, expecting opportunities, expecting those jobs, expecting those business opportunities, expecting the people to treat you a certain way. So even though you come in like, okay, I need to position myself for this relationship, it helps you in so many other areas because it's all the same. No matter what area you're in, when you embody this behavior, this way of thinking, it translates to every area of your life. And that's what I love about it because you're looking at self in every situation. What changes can I make? What way can I make myself better? And everyone else senses it, they feel it, and they treat you in that way.
They mirror it. Our entire reality is mirroring what's going on inside of us. Everything. Everything is. And so that's why it's awesome because when you take your power back, even if you're a burnt out single mom or your marriage is on the rocks or you've never been married and you're 40 years old, like these are the types of women that we attract all the time. Once you take your power back and you make these shifts inside of you, you will notice shifts in your reality immediately. It's absolutely incredible. And what's up to Rena Sinatra, by the way? I mean, she's a perfect example. She's a mom of four and she's married too, right? Shifting your energy is everything. And here's the thing, ladies, going back to the men that you pick. Okay. And then of course we will help the married ladies as well. But with the men that you pick, we pick men based on our own trauma and our own wounds. So this is why this is your starting place. So many women, message me on YouTube. They're like, how do you find these high value provider men? Babe, they're everywhere. They're literally everywhere. Okay. But the thing is, if you're in your trauma and you're in your wounds, you're not going to see them or they're not going to see you. Okay. So that is always your starting place. Is doing your inner work first. Go ahead, baby.
No, and it made me think about something as you were speaking, as far as where are these men? These men are everywhere. They're out there. They're ready to spoil, but they're ready to spoil the right lady, the lady who's ready to receive, the lady this is normal to. I'm not introducing this new lifestyle to you. This is a lifestyle you're already functioning in. And I'm just adding to it. I'm adding to what's already happening. So that embodiment of being the person that you desire to be just attracts those guys. I know so many single men in their 40s and their 30s. I even know some in their 50s that are in position to spoil, to take care of families, to take care of you the way you desire to be taken care of. But when you show yourself to be who you are, then they have a decision to make. Okay, is this person wife material? In a sense of not just like she cooks, she cleans. No, but she embodies being who she is. She enjoys being who she is. She loves people, but she's not easy, but she's nice and friendly. Not nice necessarily that word, but she's friendly. She's easy to talk to. Those men are waiting once you decide and embody who you are, and you walk around not like you have to buy me stuff, but I'm doing for myself. I'm living life. I'm enjoying it. I'm spoiling myself. People around me are spoiling me. So when I come in, just like with you,
Yeah.
I knew it was certain things that I had to do without her asking me,
Yeah.
okay, can you do this for me? Okay, I need you to do this because I'm
Yeah.
already doing this for
Yeah.
myself. Okay, if I'm paying this already, so if you're not able to pay this, then you can't be around. That wasn't the conversation.
No,
It
no,
was
no entitlement energy.
none. It was like, okay, she's doing this.
Mm-hmm.
I want her to continue to do this. I'm not coming in to take from her. I'm coming in to add to her. So
Mm-hmm.
continue this. Plus, we're going to add on more things,
Yeah.
and we're going to merge our lives together. So
Yeah.
both of us are happy. Both of us are in our energy where we feel like our needs are being taken care of, but it's no entitlement.
Yes, so, so good. Ladies, at the end of the day, a man is going to pick you based on how he feels in your
Mm,
presence. Yes, of course, you have to look good to
of
him.
course, of
Like
course.
that, like Coach B says that in every single video, right? He's like, you have to look good. And different men want different things. So
Yes,
it's not about looking a certain type of way.
yes.
It's like, and this is what I used to tell myself is I'm the perfect type of pretty for my husband.
Mm, mhm.
Right. So that kind of freed me of that perfectionism. And I just wanted to look the way I wanted to look and feel good. And, my husband, I'll attract the right guy.
Yes.
And that's it. Right. So work with what you got. But yes, your appearance is everything. It's not everything. It's a lot
Yeah,
for sure.
it's what opens the door.
It's what hooks them,
Yes.
right? But what keeps them to the point where they want to spoil you and they want to marry you and continue to spoil you in marriage is how they feel in your
Yes.
presence and how they feel when you're not there,
Mm,
right? That's what's really going to be
yes.
a determining factor for them, right? Because a lot of women are like, they want to just kind of smother the guy. But it's like if he needs time to process, especially if you're like dating, and this is why we encourage rotationally dating.
Mm,
It's good for him to know that you're not always going to be there.
mm,
It's good for you to move on because then he'll be able to see how he feels when you're there and when you're not there. And that's
mm.
really how men
Yeah.
subconsciously make that decision of, okay, I need to be with her and I need to do whatever it takes to keep her happy
Yes.
because I feel so good when she feels so good.
And for those that are new, rotational dating is
Yes.
when you're not in a committed relationship
Yes.
and you're getting to know someone, but he hasn't asked you to make that commitment. You're not exclusive.
For marriage.
You're not exclusive for marriage, not just
You're not
boyfriend,
you're not
girlfriend, but
boyfriend, girlfriend.
you're not
Yeah.
exclusive for marriage, you're not engaged. Then we want to make sure you're not giving your all to this situation because
Mm-hmm.
it'll be a situationship and
Yep.
he hasn't made that commitment to
Yep.
you. So we say just date, not having sex with men, but
No.
just date different guys,
Mm-hmm.
get to understand what you like, even if you don't necessarily want to be with this person based on
Yep.
their looks or based on something maybe superficial or something that you're just thinking. Get to know them, go out. If it works out well, then great. If it doesn't, then continue your
Yeah.
rotational dating. But that's our definition of what we consider rotational dating.
Yes, and what that does is it keeps the woman detached. So
Mm.
even, the girls that are spoiled, where this is just normal, is you're detached.
Mm.
Because God is your source.
Mm.
Men are never your source, not even your husband. But when you carry around this energy, yes, I'm the bride, I'm royalty,
Yes.
I'm a queen because I'm a daughter of the Most High, I'm healed, I'm healthy, I'm whole, and I know my daddy is going to spoil
Mm.
me no matter what, because I live in this abundant universe and that's what he's given me access to. That's my divine birthright. When you carry around that
Yes.
energy and you don't have to convince anybody,
Yes.
you can rotationally
Mm.
date and not be attached to anybody because you know the right person is
Yes.
going to step up to the plate and claim you to be the wife and to provide and to protect you because that's how
Yes.
God has designed it.
Yes. And it's so important that you
Yeah.
make this decision because, like myself, guys don't want you rotationally dating, even if
Yeah.
they haven't committed to you. They want you all to themselves. We have our roster, but
Yeah.
you can't even look at anybody else, even if we
Yeah.
haven't committed to you.
Yes.
So, this is something like we always talk about.
Yep.
This is something that you're doing for yourself.
Yes.
You're loving yourself. You're making sure you have what you need to feel good about yourself. And that
Yes.
attracts the right people. So, not going around, okay, I'm rotationally dating. No, just rotational date until you get to the point. As long as you're healthy, until you get to the point where you're where he's ready to move forward, you're ready to move forward. We don't want you wasting time
No,
just giving all your energy to someone who hasn't
no.
made that commitment to you.
And just so you guys know, we were engaged in 8 months and we were married 3 months later.
Yes.
And I was a single mom with 4 kids, and he had been a bachelor his entire life.
Yes.
He
living
had
in a different country.
living in a different country. So he was engaged previously. That didn't work out. But it, now look at us. And here's the thing. So some people are asking, what site did you meet each other on? We met on Bumble. But here's the thing. I didn't just go onto a dating website. You need to have strategy. Okay. I was very, very strategic when I started intentionally dating for marriage online. And that's something, I'm not going to share all my secrets on this live stream, but we have master classes where we teach you how to set up your profile, and you get both the man's perspective and my perspective. We teach you exactly what to write in your profile to attract provider men that want to get married, not just to hook up. And we do a lot of inner work and inner healing with you. And we also teach you how to rotationally date. So this is actually available for you guys for free to try out in the Feminine Energy Academy. Or if you want to get the whole bundle, you can do the Princess Treatment bundle as well.
And even tomorrow on the masterclass.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to go a little deeper. It's where we kind of have a talk with the ladies, just myself, just talking with the ladies, giving them all the secrets about men, answering all their questions, and just helping to lead them in the right way. So you're not out there just wondering or thinking or guessing, but giving you my account, my way that I think, which is the way that most men think in situations. So these are specific questions that the ladies are asking, and we're just going deeper into giving them information regarding.
Yeah, exactly. And lavish mind. Yes. You have to make God your provider, and that's your choice, right? A lot of women that come into my programs have wounded masculine energy wounds. So it means that there's something that happened. It could have been from religion. It could have been from daddy issues. It could have been from divorce, past relationships, situationships, where there's that masculine energy wound. So you don't trust the masculine to provide for you or to show up for you. And what happens as the woman is your nervous system is on high alert. It's guarded. And what happens is you stay playing in these patterns where you attract men, because now you're in your masculine energy. So now you're going to naturally, subconsciously start attracting men that end up needing to be taken care of. Right. And that's how those patterns keep going. And this can happen in marriage as well. So that's why I go so deep with you ladies on healing that masculine energy wound, healing your nervous system. So it's normal for you to trust provider men. And when you're able, and I'm not saying to go and trust all men. That's not what I'm saying. Right. We have to do it in a healthy way with boundaries. But once you do that and you're in your worthiness, like God is providing for me, what happens is the masculine is attracted to that, because you're the whole egg, right? This is how God's designed it. You're the whole healthy egg, ready to be fertilized, ready to be taken care of. And then you have all these sperm that are designed to chase and compete for you. That's how God has wired them.
That's
right?
You hit it on the head. Before we answer some questions, that's why it's so important to make sure that you're healed and whole. Because we make our decisions based out of where we're at in our life, based out of our own way of thinking. So if our thinking or our way of doing things isn't healthy, then we're going to make the decision based on, okay, this person right here looks like this. They have this. So I'm going to make a decision on, is this person the right person, based on that, instead of based on character, based on who they are, based on how they treat you. All of that gets thrown out the window when we don't have the right base, just base where we're making our decisions from.
Yes. And mamas, I got to talk to you for a second, because, we were just talking about this morning. We women, we hold the power in this sense, because we hold the seed. God could have given that to them, to the men, but no, he gave it to us. It comes down to our decision. Men mirror our energy, ladies. Men mirror our energy. This is why we can bring out the best in men, or we can bring out the worst in men. And yes, they can do that for us as well. But we as women, I get so fired up about this, because I was a single mom and I come from a generational single parenthood. But the thing is, like, we're the ones that have to break these cycles.
Yes.
And the only way we can break these cycles is by the men that we choose to marry. Right. And so if you just, like, without any judgment, babe, because I know you can start shaming yourself. Don't shame yourself. Okay. But just, like, come to God about this and, like, look at the patterns in your life.
Yes.
Who are you attracting, babe? And it's not because you're a bad person or you're not pretty enough or you're doing a bunch of wrong things. It's that you have old programs, old patterns playing out, old wounds. A lot of these are generational. Like, we learned from our moms, right? And those are still playing out. Our parents didn't have the opportunity to heal like we have.
Yeah.
Right. But now we have tools to actually break these patterns, do our inner healing, choose better men, better quality men, or while we're in marriages, bring out the best in our men, how God has designed it. This is all part of God's natural design. And you are the one that is going to make such an influence in the household, in the unity in the household. But that's what gets passed on to your kids. Right? Like, and this is what kept me accountable more than anything, is my daughter is watching me. My boys are watching me. They're watching me how I date. They're watching who I pick as a husband. And this is going to directly affect them.
And the thing is, we understand that men ask you to marry them. So men are the one that come to you. And this is just a traditional way of doing things, the way we believe things work. Men come to you because you don't want to be in your masculine going to them, asking them. They come to you and ask you to marry them. But what you have the power to do is the power to make yourself irresistible, where you're the only one that he's thinking about. It's millions of women in the world. But he's so locked into you that if he doesn't ask you to marry him, then he's not just stable in his thinking, that he
can't function properly.
Right. He's not. You want to make it like that. Because you do. Both parties hold power in it. Men ask, but you make it yourself so irresistible that we have to marry you or we don't feel right. And that's what you can control. That's so
good, babe. That's so
make
good.
sure you control what you can control, because he won't even know why he wants to marry you so much. Like, where it's just on his mind, well, I gotta marry this girl. I gotta marry this lady right here. But that's the power that you hold. It's the unspoken power where you're not all in his face. You're not all telling him you got 2 months or I'm gone. No, he senses something, that you're the right type of woman for him. You're the mother to his children. You're the type of woman that's going to take care of a house. You're the type of woman that's going to support him. And you're so irresistible that he wants to spoil you. He wants to marry you for the rest of his life.
Yes, babe, that was so good that you said that. I mean, he's saying things that guys won't tell you, won't admit. And this is everything that I teach my girls, because this takes strategy and intention, and it's a win-win situation. It's literally, the better you look as a woman, the better you feel as a woman, the more options you have as a woman. That's just how it is. Okay. So, and the better you're going to pick as a woman. Okay. So let's see more of your girls' questions.
See if we can answer a few of those questions for you.
Yes. And so tomorrow, Coach B is doing a masterclass with the ladies on how men think. For all the new ladies, right now we have a free trial in the Feminine Energy Academy. So we are so confident in our results that the women are getting that we're literally opening it up for free for you to come in and try it out. And I just saw some wins today, which are just so amazing. One of the girls, single mom, she's like, just 3 weeks ago, I was in a totally different reality. Now I have all these men chasing her. She's now on Bumble. She knows the strategy. She's like, my inbox is full of really high quality men that want to date me. She has a date this weekend. We go through everything. We teach you how to not only set up your profile and have fun with it and be in the right feminine energy, playful mode, but actually I share all my secrets, my potent dating secrets for while you're on these dates. And then of course, for my married ladies, we've turned around so many marriages. We've helped save so many marriages. I've literally had people divorced, separated, signing divorce papers, turn things around. We've had women in situationships. We've had women in toxic, abusive relationships and marriages that have been able to break free from that, all of that. Oh, welcome in, Love Life. I love it. So when you do sign up, ladies, check your private inbox, because both Coach B and I are going to message you because we want to know your story. We want to know exactly what situation you're going through right now. We want to know exactly what you're calling in right now, whether it's the marriage, the husband, you want to learn to date, you just got out of a divorce. And also in there, we help you with your money energetics, because it's all the same thing, your ability to receive. And then of course we work on your nervous system and your hormones and weight loss, so we can help you look cute.
So welcome in, Love Life.
Yes, love it.
Let's see if we have any questions. Do you see any questions?
There was something else I wanted to say.
Feminine Energy Academy.
So just to summarize so far what we talked about, number one is you need to really define what being spoiled means for you in dating and in marriage. That is going to be your starting point, because you will, if you're confused and don't know, that's what you're going to attract. You need to have clarity on exactly what it is that you're calling in for you. What's important for you? I can't tell you that. I can give you, share with you my examples and my stories of what was important for me, but what is really, really important for you? What makes you feel so spoiled as a woman in dating and in marriage? Okay, that's the number one thing. Number two thing is we get what is normal for us. And those patterns will continue until we break those intentionally. Okay, so it's all about that energetic patterns, inner healing, right? Now, like I said, a lot of that stuff is just old programs, subconscious, from childhood, from past, from parent generations, all that crap. You got to break that. And then, so number three thing, if you want to be the girl that is totally spoiled, okay, you want this, is you do need to have some strategy. You need to have some strategy when it comes to two things, okay? So the first, there's a couple things, but I'm going to give you some points. So one is you looking and feeling delicious, right? Like, men are visual. You can be triggered all you want by that, but at the end of the day, men are visual. And it does not matter if you're in your 20s or if you're in your 50s. Coach B's sister, 52 years old, just recently got remarried. And she talks about that. Taking care of your looks is important. You don't have to look perfect, but you need to look put together. Okay. She lost a little bit of weight. She colored up her gray hairs. She put on her heels, got her toes done, had her dress on, took off her auntie glasses that you guys get really triggered about when we talk about. And now she's married to a provider man. Okay. The other thing is you want to put yourself in front of these men. This is important, ladies. So I was strategic. Okay. I come from a small town in Canada, and I was very strategic about the type of man I wanted. Right. And so this is some of the stuff I teach you girls in the in the rotational dating program on changing your location. So I changed my location when I was on my dating app, and that is how I connected with my husband. Okay.
I saw something. Subscribe. Thanks for the subscription.
Love it.
My nervous system has really been healing. Thank you, guys.
Oh, you're amazing.
And that's from Jackie A, who's in the community.
I love it, Jackie.
I believe you're in the community, Jackie.
Yes.
Please correct me if I'm wrong.
We have a few Jackies, but I'm pretty sure that's the Jackie that is in the community as well. Oh my goodness. Okay, so you want to have some strategy on, how you look. You want to freshen things up. You want to change where you are spending time. You need to be in front of these guys. So just think of the egg and the sperm, right? The egg doesn't chase the sperm. You never go and approach guys. We just did a YouTube video on that. Go watch that. It's the texting and communication.
You lose all leverage.
You lose all leverage as a woman if you start approaching men. Don't do that, okay? But you need to be seen. And this is also scripture and biblical, right? I always talk about Ruth. I talk about Queen Esther, because that is a symbol that symbolizes, or a metaphor for, feminine energy. Getting yourself all cleaned up and ready to be seen, and then putting yourself in front of the masculine. And so even the egg does that, right? The egg doesn't chase the sperm, but the egg gets released and positions itself to be ready to receive the sperm, right? So for us ladies, I have an entire section in the Divine Dating for Marriage section for the ladies that just joined the Feminine Energy Academy. And I have a whole section called How to Attract High Value Men Online and Offline. And I show you all the different places to attract these types of men. Okay.
So much information in the Feminine Energy Academy, just across the board, every area, in relationships, money, all that good stuff. You get
I
it
just
all.
I just realized, because these are brand new glasses, there's a tag still on the bottom. It didn't come off in the dishwasher.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Let's see if we have any questions. Any
Yeah.
questions that we may have missed. Adora support. If you can pin those to the top,
Yeah.
we'll answer all you ladies' questions again tomorrow. Masterclass 9 a.m. Pacific time. I'll be there answering all you ladies' questions involving relationships, potential relationships, just the way men think in certain situation. Whatever questions you have, I'll make sure I answer those for you. And it's only for the ladies in the Feminine Energy Academy. So make sure you join. Free trial period. You don't have to pay any money to sign up. Just join, and you'll be able to join the call.
Yep. One thing I notice that's really subtle with some of the women that come in, a lot of them are the recovering nice girl, right? They feel weird with boundaries. They feel weird holding boundaries. They feel weird not giving into what everybody wants. And like, this is a thing. So just ask yourself, are you struggling with that? Because those are those like subtle little nuances that prevent you from being the girl that gets spoiled. Okay. So like we recently just talked about that, how to make a man obsessed with you. We literally just did a YouTube video on that. And part of that is exclusivity. Not everyone has access to you. And I'm not just talking about dating. Dating is part of it, but just in life, we don't have everyone taking from you all the time. Right? Like, you actually know how to have exclusivity with your time, with your energy. And naturally, human nature is we value people like that. This is why, the luxury purse stores and Louis Vuitton and all that stuff, they always have lineups. They don't just let everyone just come in. Right? So that's how you need to be. I told one of the girls, she's now married, by the way, to a provider man. And I was helping her a few years ago. I'm like, girl, you are not Walmart. You are Louis Vuitton. And like, that stuck with her because she loved the designer handbags. And I was like, people don't just get access to you like Walmart. Okay, Walmart is for everybody. Anyone can go to Walmart and buy stuff. Not everyone can just go to Louis Vuitton. You have to embody that energy first, babe. And once she made that shift and she stopped the self-sabotaging patterns, because when her provider energy husband came into the picture when they were dating, she was like, I don't know. And, kind of felt a bit boring, kind of like, because you're used to the drama and the trauma and the bad boys and the guys that are inconsistent. And this man was doing everything for her, flying her around, buying her handbags, buying her whatever, like the most amazing guy. Even like, other stuff that she wanted, he was like, yeah, let's do it. And I'm like, girl, you are self-sabotaging. This man is everything you asked for. They met internationally too, by the way. And she's like, oh my God, you're right. Then they were engaged right after that. And now they're happily married.
And it's so good you made that Walmart Louis comparison, because men don't care what you say. You can say I'm a Louis bag. You can say, I'm exclusive. I don't do that type of stuff. Men just look at what you do. So if they see you walking, and I'm just talking not specifically you doing it. I'm just speaking just the way that you're saying it. If men see you going to Walmart, then that's what they know. I don't care if you say you never go to Walmart. That's what type of woman you are to them. But if they see you going into Louis, it doesn't matter what you say. This is what type of woman you are. So we're looking at action. We're looking at what you're doing, not what you're saying. We're looking at what you're embodying, not what you're hoping for. So you become a Walmart, which is, what people say is for the streets. You're for the streets. Everybody goes in, right? Everybody visits Walmart, but not everybody visits Louis. People don't have not only the resources to go there, but people don't have the patience to go stand in line at the Louis Vuitton store. They don't have the nervous system to go in there, and people are looking at them like, can I afford this? No, people aren't built to go. Everybody's not built to go into Louis. Anybody can walk into Walmart. So you want to be known as that Louis girl and not as the Walmart girl, where everyone just, not literally, but everyone has access to.
Exactly. And some other traits of the Walmart girl is, I think this is like a new thing we just made up
I
on
know,
the
right?
spot, is easily triggered.
Mm,
No emotional mastery,
mm,
right? You don't understand what the masculine energy needs
mm.
and wants and
Yes.
craves that they won't even tell you.
Yeah.
Okay. You're jealous,
Yes.
not you, but Walmart girls. Okay.
Yeah.
Jealous. Okay. What are some other
And these
things?
are real traits, even though
Yes.
you're just kind of giving examples, these are real traits of people that go into Walmart. You see a lot of fights in Walmart. You see people are triggered.
Everything is locked up.
Yes.
That's
You
a good
don't have
point.
I mean, people are fighting. People just come in any type of way.
Yeah.
And not to say, because I go to Walmart myself.
Yeah.
But people don't really think, they just go in there. They don't care how they look sometimes.
Or smell.
Yes. But you're going to Louis, it's like, okay, if you're not on point, you're not even getting in.
Yep.
Right? So that's why you want to be that Louis girl, because it's a different standard.
Yes,
Right?
exactly. And also, ladies, men want to spoil you. Like, you have to even just ask yourself, do men want to spoil me? Like, have you thought about that? Like, men actually want to spoil you? Are you the type of girl that men want to spoil? Like, that is a starting point. And because men do, that's how they're designed. They want to provide, right? They love that.
Yeah.
And here's the other reason why men love spoiling women is because it makes them look good.
That's so
right?
true.
When their wife is taken care of, it's a reflection
Yes.
on the man. We're the crown,
Yes.
right? If their wife looks beat down and worn down and is cranky and bitter and jaded and looks like life has beat the crap out of her, that's a reflection of the man.
It definitely is.
Right?
It's showing kind of no control. Like, things are chaotic, and men are the structure. Men are the ones that are disciplined. Men have things in order. So if the house isn't in order, it's a direct reflection of the man. So that's why we do all we can to make sure the wife is taken care of, make sure the kids are taken care of, and to make sure we present ourselves in a way that's respectful. Right?
Yes,
we don't have to
exactly.
be Louie'd up.
No.
We don't care about that.
No.
As long as you have on what you desire to have on, you're driving, your house is how you desire for it to be, we're good to go.
Yeah, provider energy men do not have a need to be seen, ladies. That's key. They don't have a need to be seen, because that's the feminine energy trait, is we're the ones that want to be seen. Provider energy men are basic. Typically, they're very basic, right? That's why they need us in their lives to spice things up.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Let me see if we have any more questions in here.
Yes. Otherwise, we will move on.
Yes, this is so good. I'm just sharing this information and seeing the ladies that respond, right? And
hey,
how
Christy.
this affects them as well.
Yes,
Christy.
exactly. That's so good. Yeah, and so tomorrow we're doing Coach B is doing that masterclass with the ladies, and I'm doing a masterclass with all my business ladies in the Cash Flow Queens. Okay, so that'll be good. Also, you girls get the people that join now. You also get access to the replays.
Yes, all the replays.
Yeah,
all the masterclasses, everything. So
yeah, exactly.
If we don't have any more questions, and you want to save those questions for tomorrow, during the masterclass, unless you want to add anything.
No, that was perfect. It was so good.
Definitely. Thank all you ladies for joining, for just engaging with us. And we'll see you ladies tomorrow and in the Feminine Energy Academy link below.
Perfect. We'll see you later, ladies.